Problem 18 here asks us to graph and label the points and explain how you know what kind of quadrilateral it is. So I'm going to graph those points real quick and connect the vertices with lines to make the quadrilateral. And to me, when I look at it, I think, oh, that looks a little bit like a square. But it's going to be important that we do a little bit more investigation. So when I have a quadrilateral on a graph, I like to use slope triangles to compare some things. And I see that my delta y is equal to -4, and my delta x is equal to 2 there. And so I'm going to do that for all four sides. And I see some important things. I see that my delta y, delta x there and there are the same, and here are the same. And I'm going to look at the slope for each side, and I'll see something important about that. So side AD has a slope, which remember is equal to delta y over delta x, is equal to -4 over 2, which is equal to -2. And I'm going to do that for the other three sides as well. And what I found, in fact, is that my opposite sides here are parallel. So I have that side AD is parallel to side CB, and side DC is parallel to side BA. That leads me to think that maybe this is a parallelogram. Well, it is a parallelogram or a rectangle or a square. Now, if all four sides are uh, congruent, then it is a square. Well, as long as the angles are 90-degree angles. So that is the first thing we should check is, are the angles 90-degree angles? It sure looks like they are. However, it is important to note that side AD has a slope of -2, and side AD meets up at a corner here with side DC, and the slope -2 is not opposite reciprocal to the slope of 1, so AD is not perpendicular to side DC. So we do not have right angles here. That means this can neither be a square nor a rectangle, so it is a parallelogram. And the reason why it looks like those angles are 90-degree angles is because this grid, each horizontal unit is bigger than the vertical unit, so it's distorted a bit. And if we didn't have a distorted grid, this would in fact be clearly a parallelogram.